Listen, if you're waiting for someone else to motivate you, you've already lost. No trainer, no coach, no friend, no YouTube video can drag you out of bed every single day. At some point, you have to become your own motivator. When that alarm clock rings at 5 a.m., nobody is coming to push you. It's you vs you. That's the real battle. Your brain will say, sleep a little longer, you've earned it. But the stronger voice inside must say, no, I'm not done yet. Self-motivation is built in the grind. Every rep you force out when nobody's watching, every mile you run when no one's cheering, every set you finish when your body screams to quit. That's how you build an unshakable mindset. You don't need applause. You don't need validation. What you need is discipline. The gym doesn't care if you feel motivated. The weights only respond to effort. Every time you show up, you prove to yourself that you are in control. Stop depending on hype. Hype fades, motivation fades, but self-motivation, that fire you build inside, it doesn't die. It grows stronger with every challenge. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for someone to inspire you. Look in the mirror. That's your competition, that's your coach, that's your motivator. Become your own source of power, because once you do that, nothing, no pain, no setback, no failure, can ever stop you. No one is coming to save you. The hardest truth in fitness and in life is this: no one is coming to save you. Nobody is going to knock on your door at 5 a.m., drag you out of bed, and force you into the gym. Nobody is going to eat clean for you, sweat for you, or lift the weights for you. This is your battle, your responsibility, your journey. The faster you accept this truth, the stronger you become. Most people waste years waiting for external motivation. They wait for the right playlist, the right trainer, the right gym partner, or the perfect mood to hit. But let's be honest, motivation is temporary. It's like a spark. It burns fast and dies out quickly. If you rely only on that spark, you'll quit the moment it fades. What you need instead is an inner fire, a fire that keeps burning no matter how tired, how sore, or how uninspired you feel. That's called self-motivation. Think about it: the champions you admire, the athletes who inspire you, the transformations that make your jaw drop. They weren't built on good moods or fleeting motivation. They were built on discipline and a relentless drive that came from within. Every single day, they face the same choices you face: stay in bed or get up, eat junk food or fuel the body, push harder or stop. The difference is that they stopped waiting for someone to inspire them. They became their own inspiration. Now here's the truth about the brain. It's designed to keep you comfortable. It will always whisper, stay in bed, skip the workout, take it easy. That voice never goes away. But you must create a louder voice inside your head that says, no excuses, we're doing this. That's the battle you must win daily, the war between comfort and growth. Self-motivation is like building muscle. You don't get it overnight, you train it. Every time you show up when you don't feel like it, you're doing a rep for your mind. Every time you say no to junk food, every time you finish that last set, every time you push through fatigue, you're making yourself motivation stronger. And the stronger it gets, the less you depend on outside forces. Let's take an example. Imagine you're alone in the gym, no music, no pre-workout, no cheering crowd, just silence. Most people would leave. But you pick up that weight anyway. You grind through that workout anyway. Why? Because you've learned that the only voice you need to hear is your own. That's true power. When you master this, you stop being controlled by moods, feelings, or circumstances. You become consistent, and consistency beats motivation every single time. If you only train when you feel motivated, you'll never get far. But if you train because you've made a promise to yourself, no excuse can stop you. So stop waiting for someone to save you. Stop waiting for the perfect day, the perfect mood, the perfect time. Start now with what you have. Build that inner voice that refuses to quit. Be your own motivator, your own trainer, your own coach. Because at the end of the day, no one else can do it for you, And when you look in the mirror months from now, stronger, leaner, more disciplined, you'll know the truth. You saved yourself. Discipline over motivation. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the engine. If you're relying on motivation to carry you through your fitness journey, you're setting yourself up for failure. Motivation feels good when it's there. You watch a video, hear a powerful speech, see someone else's transformation, and suddenly you feel unstoppable. But let's be real, what happens the next morning when your alarm clock goes off at 5 a.m., your body feels heavy, and your brain says, just sleep a little longer. That motivation gone, that hype dead. This is where discipline takes over. Discipline doesn't ask you if you feel like it. Discipline doesn't need a perfect mood or the right playlist. Discipline says we're doing this no matter what. That's why the greats in fitness, the ones who achieve insane results, don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. Think about it this way. If you only went to the gym when you felt motivated, how many workouts would you miss? Half of them, maybe more. But if you make training a non-negotiable discipline, like brushing your teeth, it stops being a choice. It becomes a habit. And once something is a habit, it no longer relies on feelings. You do it because it's who you are. Discipline is built in the moments where motivation disappears. It's built on those cold mornings when you lace up your shoes anyway. It's built on those long days when you're exhausted, but you still find yourself under the barbell. It's built in the silence when no one is watching, no one is cheering, and no one is applauding, but you're still grinding. Let's talk about food for a second. Motivation says, I'll eat clean because I feel good today. Discipline says, I'll eat clean even when everyone around me is eating pizza and cake, because I made a commitment to myself. That's the difference. Discipline doesn't bend to temptation. It stands firm. Now, here's the beauty of discipline. It creates results, and results fuel motivation. It's like a cycle. You start with discipline, even when you don't feel like it. Slowly, you see progress. The weight drops, the muscle builds, the endurance grows, and that progress reignites motivation. But the foundation, the thing that keeps you moving when motivation dies, is always discipline. Your brain will always choose comfort. That's its nature. But discipline is the weapon that cuts through excuses. When your mind says, I don't feel like it, discipline answers, do it anyway. And every time you obey discipline instead of feelings, you get stronger, not just physically, but mentally. Discipline is also honest. It doesn't care about what you say. It only cares about what you do. You can tell yourself, I want to lose weight, or I want to get stronger, all day long, but discipline measures your actions. Did you show up? Did you push through? Did you finish? That's discipline's scoreboard. Here's the truth. Motivation might start your journey, but discipline finishes it. Anyone can start strong for a week or two, but discipline is what carries you for months, years, and ultimately a lifetime. That's why the people who build discipline don't just transform their bodies. They transform their entire mindset. So, don't pray for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Build discipline. Treat every workout, every meal, every rep as a promise to yourself. And once you master discipline, you'll realize something powerful. Motivation will come and go, but your progress will never stop. Pain is the pathway to growth. Pain is the one thing most people run from. They avoid it, numb it, and try to live a life where everything feels easy and comfortable. But in fitness and in life, pain is not the enemy. Pain is the signal that you're growing. Without pain, there is no progress. Without discomfort, there is no strength. Without sacrifice, there is no transformation. Think about the gym. What builds muscle? Resistance, stress, fatigue. When you push your body to lift more than it's comfortable with, when your muscles burn, when your lungs scream for air, that's pain. And that pain is literally the process of your body breaking down and rebuilding stronger. The soreness you feel the next day, that's your body thanking you for the challenge. That's growth in disguise. Most people stop at pain. The moment the workout gets hard, they quit. The moment the diet feels restrictive, they give in. But those who achieve greatness learn to lean into pain. They learn that pain is the bridge between where they are and where they want to be. Every rep that burns, every drop of sweat, every sacrifice in the kitchen, it's not punishment, it's progress. Here's the truth: if you only do what's comfortable, you'll never change. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Comfort keeps you stuck. Pain, on the other hand, pushes you forward. Pain forces you to dig deeper, to break past limitations, to discover strength you didn't know you had. When you run and your legs are screaming, that's the moment you decide, quit or grow. When you're on your last set and the weight feels impossible, that's the moment you build resilience. When you feel the hunger pangs because you're sticking to your diet, that's the moment you prove discipline. Pain is the test, and passing that test is what makes you stronger, physically, mentally, and emotionally. You must rewire your brain to see pain differently. Don't see it as suffering, see it as transformation. The burn in your chest when you're pushing through cardio is your lungs expanding, your endurance building. The soreness in your arms after lifting is your muscles rebuilding. The hunger you feel when you resist junk food is your body adjusting to a new level of discipline. Pain is not something to avoid, it's something to embrace, and let's not sugarcoat it. Pain is not fun, it's not comfortable, it will make you question yourself, it will make you want to quit, it will make you doubt whether it's worth it. But this is where champions are made. Champions push through pain. Champions don't let discomfort define them. Champions use pain as fuel. When you push past pain, you earn something that no one can give you: pride. You look back and say, I survived that, I conquered that, I didn't quit when it hurt. And that pride builds confidence. Confidence builds momentum, and momentum builds an unstoppable version of you. So, the next time you feel pain in the gym, smile. The next time your legs are shaking, your lungs are burning, your body wants to quit, remind yourself, this is the price of growth. This is the pathway to strength. This is how transformation is built. Stop running from pain, embrace it, respect it, use it, because on the other side of pain is the version of yourself you've been chasing. Stronger, leaner, tougher, unstoppable. The power of consistency. If there's one word that separates people who get results from people who only dream about them, it's this: consistency. Consistency is the glue that holds discipline and effort together. It doesn't matter how hard you train in one single workout. It doesn't matter how clean you eat for 1 week. What matters is what you do day after day, week after week, month after month. Results are not built in a day. They're built over time. Most people fail in fitness because they start strong, but they don't stay consistent. They hit the gym hard for 2 weeks, then skip for the next 3. They meal prep on Monday, but by Friday they're back to junk food. That's why their progress stalls, because fitness is not about doing something once. It's about doing it over and over until it becomes a lifestyle. Think about it. One workout won't make you fit. One salad won't make you healthy. Just like one bad meal won't ruin you, one good meal won't save you. It's the accumulation of small actions done consistently that creates massive change. Consistency compounds. Every rep adds up. Every step adds up. Every choice adds up. Over time, these little victories stack into transformation. Let me give you an example. Imagine 2 people start running. One runs 5 miles on day 1, then doesn't run again for 2 weeks. The other runs just 1 mile every day. Who's going to improve more after 30 days? Not the one who ran big once, the one who showed up every single day. Why? Because consistency always beats intensity without follow-through. Consistency also builds trust with yourself. Every time you show up, you prove to your own mind that you keep promises. and that trust builds confidence. But every time you skip, every time you quit, you break that trust. That's why inconsistency feels heavy, not just on your body, but on your mind. It makes you doubt yourself. Here's the truth: motivation is flashy, intensity looks impressive, but consistency is quiet. Consistency doesn't get applause. Nobody claps for you when you show up at the gym 5 days in a row. Nobody congratulates you for eating healthy all week, but the mirror claps, the scale claps, the strength you feel claps. Consistency is invisible in the moment, but undeniable in the long run. And don't confuse consistency with perfection. Consistency doesn't mean you'll never miss a workout or never eat a cookie again. It means you don't let one slip turn into a spiral. You bounce back. You keep moving forward. One bad day won't stop you if you're consistent overall. Consistency is also a weapon against excuses. When you're consistent, it doesn't matter if it rains, if you're tired, if life gets busy. You show up anyway, because consistent people don't ask, "Do I feel like it?" They say, "It's already decided." The truth is simple. You don't get fit by doing something once. You get fit by doing it consistently. You don't build muscle with one workout. You build it with hundreds. You don't lose weight with one healthy meal. You lose it with thousands of good choices. Fitness is not about intensity for a moment. It's about consistency for a lifetime. So if you want results, commit to being consistent. Commit to showing up even when it's boring. Commit to eating right even when nobody's watching. Commit to training even when you're not motivated, because consistency doesn't just change your body, it changes your identity. It turns working out into who you are, not just what you do. Self-belief is non-negotiable in fitness, and in life. The strongest muscle you will ever train is your mind. And at the core of that mindset is self-belief. If you don't believe in yourself, it doesn't matter how good your training plan is, how perfect your diet looks, or how many supplements you buy. Without belief, you will quit at the first sign of struggle. Self-belief is not optional. It's the foundation of every rep, every set, every sacrifice. When you walk into the gym, the weight doesn't care who you are. The dumbbell doesn't care if you had a bad day. The treadmill doesn't care if you're tired. They all test one thing: how much you believe in your ability to push through. Belief is the difference between stopping at 8 reps because your arms are burning and squeezing out 2 more when your body says you're done. Here's the truth: people fail in fitness not because they can't do it physically, but because they've already told themselves mentally, "I can't." They lose the battle before they even step foot in the arena. They doubt themselves, and that doubt becomes their reality. But if you can flip that script, if you can tell yourself, "Yes, I can, I will, I must," suddenly the impossible becomes possible. Think about every person who ever transformed their body. They didn't start by having the perfect body. They started by having the belief that it was possible. Belief is the seed, effort is the water, consistency is the sunlight. Without belief, nothing grows. And now, here's where it gets real. You will have days when you look in the mirror and don't like what you see. You will have workouts where the weight feels too heavy. You will have moments where progress feels slow, where the scale doesn't move, where your energy drops. That's when belief matters most. Belief is not about confidence when everything is going well. Belief is about faith when everything feels like it's falling apart. In the gym, belief shows up when you fight for that last rep. On a run, belief shows up when your legs beg you to stop, but you keep moving. In the kitchen, belief shows up when you pass on the junk food and choose discipline instead. Belief is not just a thought, it's an action. It's proving to yourself, over and over, that you're stronger than your excuses. And let me be clear, belief is not about arrogance. It's not about pretending it will be easy. Belief is about knowing it will be hard. but also knowing that you are capable of enduring the hard. Belief is about facing resistance and saying, I was built for this. If you don't believe in yourself, no coach, no trainer, no motivational video can save you. You have to build that fire from within. And the way you build it is simple, by keeping promises to yourself. Every time you say, I'll train today, and you show up, you strengthen belief. Every time you say, I'll eat clean, and you do it, you strengthen belief. Every time you say, I won't quit, and you push through, you strengthen belief. Self-belief is a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. But just like any muscle, if you neglect it, it weakens. That's why most people walk around with fragile belief. They don't practice it. But if you train it daily, if you prove to yourself that you can overcome, your belief becomes unshakable. So here's the challenge: stop doubting yourself. Stop telling yourself what you can't do. Start telling yourself what you will do. Because the moment you believe in yourself fully, nothing, not failure, not pain, not setbacks, can stop you. Become the fire, not the fuel at the end of the day. Fitness isn't just about lifting weights, running miles, or counting calories. It's about building a mindset that refuses to break. Every rep, every drop of sweat, every sacrifice is shaping you into someone stronger, tougher, and unstoppable. You don't need external motivation. You don't need someone to clap for you or remind you why you started. The truth is, the world won't always cheer for you. Sometimes it won't even notice you. That's why you must learn to light your own fire. The gym doesn't respond to excuses. Life doesn't reward hesitation. Only action, only discipline, only consistency will build the body and the mindset you want. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for motivation. Start becoming motivation. When you master your mind, you master your body. And when you master both, you become unstoppable. Now go, train harder, believe deeper, push further, become the fire.